The text arrived at 6:42 p.m. Plans changed. You're not coming over. Family only. Mom. I watched until the words blurred. I didn't reply. I set the phone face down and let the kitchen clock count. Silence cuts cleaner than any argument. So I planned. I made lists like a ledger, dates, amounts, account numbers, which keys lived where, which names were on which deeds. Years of birthdays and braces, last-minute tires, and emergencies I'd steadied with my card. When the lights threatened to go out, whose payment kept them on. When rent ran short, whose deposit made it land. At the bank, bright hold music. A woman read a script about consequences and grace periods and how families work things out. I'm aware, I said. Her typing sounded like rain on tin. When she thanked me for patience, I hung up. Outside, a girl wobbled by on a bike, her mother jogging with one hand on the seat. I sold the car that somehow became mine when insurance came due, and the boat Mom bragged about but never took past the dock. I canceled subscriptions that renewed invisibly and the gym nobody used. I stopped financing it. Not from anger. I had done anger. It only ricochets. But because I was done with self-erasure disguised as generosity. I remembered a Saturday 10 years ago. I was 20 and late for a small college play. My chain slipped. Mom knelt in the driveway, grease to her wrists, and popped it back on. We'll miss the first song, I said. First songs always come back, she said. Later I found the program she'd tucked into my coat so I could clap with both hands. I closed my accounts. I put the house I'd co-signed in motion like a stuck door and let it open for me. Contracts are sentences with signatures. Stop underwriting the story and the plot changes. Mom sent texts, then paragraphs, then voice notes that began with apology and ended in asks. Sometimes I answered. Sometimes I didn't. People say silence is cruel. Sometimes it's the only language left that isn't a lie. Days passed. The porch steps warmed and cooled. A crack ran from the mailbox into the walk. The maple threw a net of shadow that trawled in evening. I used the big chipped mug I'd avoided because it didn't match. She came on a Tuesday. No knock, only the screen. You ruined my life, Mom said. No, I said, close enough to see my face ghosted over hers in the wire. I stopped financing it. Her anger used to tilt the room. That day it wavered. She looked past me, as if a cushion might still hold alone. I stepped onto the porch. The hinge sighed. Heat lay flat as a hand across the step. We stood eye to eye. After everything I did for you, she said, stacking a list. Rides to practice, edits on papers, the winter she stayed when the pipes burst, the Christmas she drove for batteries, the night before my surgery when she brought grape juice, no cafeteria stocks. You did some of it for me, I said, even, and I did some for you, but I did most of it, and I did it alone. She blinked, and I saw the woman with grease to her wrists, saving my entrance. What am I supposed to do? She asked. Then she straightened. This is abandonment. No, I said. This is adulthood. She looked down the road where heat turned asphalt to water. The maple's shadow dragged closer. I don't have anywhere to go, she said, softer. That's not true. I nodded toward the street that leads both ways. You have everywhere to go. You just don't have here, not like before. She laughed once. Family only, right? I let the phrase sit until it went soft. Family is what you hold up, I said. Not what you lean on until it collapses. You always think you're right, she said. I act like I'm responsible, I said. There's a difference. We stood in the pause. A lawnmower started and quit. I'm hungry, she said, half joke, half plea. Then eat, I said. She waited for a qualification, for a card, a bag, an address. When none came, she nodded once. You'll regret this, she said. Maybe, I said. I regret other things more. She stepped back. The mesh stopped carrying her breath. In the storm door's glass, her reflection thinned and went. The hinge sighed when I shut it. Inside, the clock kept its small, exact count. I washed the chipped mug and left it upside down to dry. In the drawer with batteries and tape and string, I found the program, paper soft at the folds. On the back, in my younger hand, "Don't forget the second song." I put it back, not a shrine, just a fact. Evening tipped in. The maple hauled its shadow over the yard and, for the first time in a long while, brought me in with it. Family only. And for the first time, I finally listened at last.